Hello, everyone. This is Matt Hoos with Radar Green, and I'm here with Peter Barrett of Dorken, and he's going to tell us about their product, how it can help you with your built environment. And this is for residential and commercial, so many different applications. Peter, I've known you guys for a long time. I've used you guys in, for residential projects for, foundations, walls. We also had a crawl space encapsulation system where one of your products was the Delta Mat was part of that system. So, but I know you guys do a lot more than just those few products that we just spoke about. Could you tell us a little bit about Dorken, the history, and kind of the name changes as well?
Sure, sure. Thank you for having me today, Matt. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to your wide audience. Dorken has actually been in the construction material business for around 125 years now. So we were founded in Germany by Dorken brothers. So we're still family owned, and we're still owned by the same family. We've been working in North America for approximately 25 years. It did start when two guys from Hamilton, Ontario, just on the western tip of Lake Ontario, went to the Bau in Germany, and they saw this neat little dimple product, and they said, "Hey, we know what we can do with that," and they began importing it into North America. So they were putting it on foundations, slightly different technology. We've improved our fastening over time, but essentially they were doing with the Delta MS that they imported exactly what people are doing with it now, which is putting it on foundations for wall waterproofing protection. So two things began happening. One is the guys were building a pretty good business. It was one guy with the last name Cosentino and another guy with the last name Vaccarella, and hence they put it together and made the company Cosella. So they were selling a fair bit, which was drawing the Germans' attention. And at the same time, they were making code changes in Ontario that would require the protection of all foundations with both drainage and minimum damp proofing. This is slightly different than the US code, which requires damp proofing, but has no drainage requirement. So that was happening at the same time. So that caused Dorken to form a joint venture here in Ontario. We're in a little town called Beamsville. So they formed a joint venture, Casella Dorken. Many people will still refer to us as Casella or Dorken, or Casella Dorken. But we, the original founders from Casella have long since been bought out. So we're now a wholly owned part of the Dorken company. So we changed our name around 4 years ago, give or take, in order to reflect that whole ownership and the fact that we're part of the Dorken group and have access and work with all of their technology. So that's really the roots of how we got here and how the name changes. So we did build a plant. We do manufacture all of our extruded membranes. So all of our dimple membranes are manufactured right here, and others we bring in and are manufactured by our parent corporation, Dorken. So among the products that we make here, as I said, we do make what we're most well known for, certainly in Canada and in the basement belt of the US, for Delta MS. That's probably our best known product. It's used on basements to basically serve as a foundation protection system. It would be an upgrade from the asphalts that are sprayed on and just used for damp proofing. Additionally, we make a product to enhance that system called Delta Footing Barrier. It goes on top of the footing while the concrete is wet. So you work it into the wet concrete, and then you can pour the wall or put your block on top of it. It acts as a capillary break. Reason for that is, of course, footings are always wet. Water will move up through concrete for quite a long way. So without the capillary break, it'll move in through the footing, into the wall, and all of that moisture has to go somewhere, and it goes into the building. So it's another way to control dampness. For above grade, we make commercial grade air and water resistive barriers. So we make those right in Germany. We have the spun bond machine. We actually just completed a 45 million euro project about 3 years ago. So we have pretty much the state of the art spun bond machine. So we bring those over. So we make commercial grades. We make one suitable for residential application as well. So these are all moisture vapor permeable, which means they do not create a vapor barrier at all. That's important, first of all, so that you can get a vapor barrier in the proper location, but it's also important to help wall systems dry out. So they do block the air, they block liquid water, but they do not block moisture vapor. Along with that, we make our Delta Dry series of products, which are for use with absorptive claddings like concrete, like typical 3-coat stucco, cementitious, or adhered stone products. Those are the most common applications. In Europe, we're really well known for roof membranes, but they build the roofs a lot differently in Europe. If you went to any roofer in Germany, they would all be using Dorken products. Whereas you certainly can use it for an underlayment, and we do have the code approvals. They don't build quite so many tile roofs here, so you don't get the full benefit of highly permeable membranes. So that's pretty much the rundown of where we're located, where we came from, and what we make.
Well, I appreciate that information, especially explaining the name change, because we've used different names for your products over the years. Some people just refer to it as Delta, which is the Delta MS system, which is one of your products, is not the name of the company. Right. So it looks like, from the roof to the rain screen, to the foundation, and also below the slab, looks like you basically have the house wrapped up all the way around with one of your products.
Correct.
All right, well, I appreciate that rundown. And if you want to find out more about Dorken and see some other products, we've got them listed on Rated Green. We've got them listed in the comments section below as well. And let us know if you have used one of these products, like which one that you enjoyed using and which ones you want to learn more about.
You can also go to our website, dorken.com. If you pop over to the Delta Academy section, you can find a wide range of videos on all sorts of topics from many industry experts, Dr. John Staub, Dr. Joe Stiebrick, the gentleman from Construction Instruction. You can find them all there. Some videos are product specific, some are definitely not product specific and are for educational purposes. So you can spend 5 minutes or a few hours, but it's probably the best resource that we have available, our Delta Academy Learning Hub at dorken.com.
I do want to warn you guys, you're not going to spend only 5 minutes. It is going to be a few hours. I've watched a few of these videos, and once you start watching it, it's, these are probably some of the best building scientists in the world, especially or at least in North America, teaching these classes. And when you're going through the class, they're very impressive, and you're going to want to watch all the way through to learn all the building science, because if you stop halfway through the video, you may end up making a costly mistake on your project that could result in tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in remediation later on.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Matt. I truly appreciate it.